Good morning, welcome back to a new vlog. Look at my little sunbathing baby down here. Are you enjoying the sun? What a gorgeous Friday morning. It's 23 degrees today, can you believe? We've got the sheep back in the field over there, the birds are singing. It's actually so warm. Gorgeous, gorgeous morning. Welcome back to a new vlog. I hope you're all doing well. It is Friday morning and I have just spent a couple of hours cleaning over the house. I usually like to do it on a Friday morning just to make it nice for the weekend. We've also got some friends coming over tonight for just a really chill dinner, just basically to catch up. So I'm gonna cook, I think I'm gonna do a chicken and mushroom risotto tonight because it's delicious, it's a little bit autumnal. I can prepare it in advance. So that is the plan. So I thought I would just spend the morning getting the house feeling sparkly and clean. I have got all the cushions piled up behind me because I need to do like a hoover over the sofa and hoover all the floors, but I'll probably do that later. I quite like having the door open and getting all the cushions off the sofa and just like airing it out. I feel like there's just something so nice about opening doors and windows on a sunny day, letting the breeze come in and just airing out the house, especially when you have a dog. But my mum is on her way over. I haven't seen her for a while, so we're gonna take Basil on a nice long dog walk. I've also gone no makeup today, just to let my skin breathe a little bit. I'll pop some on later before our friends come round, but I'm in that phase of my cycle where I just feel really ugly. I don't know if anyone can relate to that. I know I was talking to Grace about it and we were saying, why does it happen? Every single month I have this week where I just feel so bloated and ugly and just really gross. So I'm trying to do all the things that I know make me feel better. I did my LED mask last night. I've used my Zip Halo this morning just to make my face feel a little bit less puffy. And I've chucked on a load of good skincare, vitamin C, moisturizer, eye cream, all the good things. So yes, I'm gonna let my skin breathe for the day. But before my mum gets here, I really want to share with you some house updates because we haven't really done many things in the house for a while, actually. I feel like this year our main focus was the garden. We really wanted to get the vegetable garden finished, which we managed to do earlier this year. You would have seen in the vlogs. And that was our main priority, getting things done in the garden, finishing off some planting and just basically spending a load of time outside, which has been lovely. But we've kind of neglected a few things in the house. I know I shared with you my ideas for my office, which is still happening, but just not yet. I'm kind of putting that on the back burner because I am waiting for the sofa to go. Basically, long story short, my mum is currently getting rid of her sofas. So once she does, she will have the sofa and then I can clear the room and I can get cracking on that project. There's not loads to do in there. It's more just like getting new furniture pieces and designing it. So that will hopefully come in the next month or so. But in the time being, I have had an itch that needed scratching for a while, and that is our main bathroom. I don't know if I've mentioned on the vlogs, I probably have. I know I've mentioned it in a few Q&As, but when we moved in here about 2 and a bit years ago now, we did a lot of things in the house at the beginning. If you haven't kind of watched the vlogs for that long, we repainted the whole house. We did quite a lot of damp proofing and like fixing crumbling walls and things like that. We changed a lot of the floors and just kind of did design things like repainting the cabinets, installed some shelving by the fireplace and just like repainted certain things, new carpets upstairs, little things like that. But we didn't really do anything major like the bathrooms or anything really to the kitchen. And we kind of did that because bathrooms are expensive and they were very much livable. They were absolutely fine. So we kind of just left them and thought, we'll live with it and we'll do that at some point. Obviously with a house, once it's livable, you kind of don't really get around to doing it. I mean, that's us anyway. That was definitely the case for us. So I've kind of got to the point where I really want the main bathroom to be a little bit more functional. I also just feel like the bathroom was very much unfinished. When we moved in, it was turquoise blue sea theme, which is lovely, but just not our style. So we whitewashed it. I did tile paint, just white. Everything was white. And although that was great and made it just feel a little bit more fresh and blank, I feel like I'm at the point now where I really want to add some more style and make it feel really lovely, especially as we come into winter and I'm having nice baths and all of those kind of things. I actually filmed some clips the other day before I started taking things off the walls and everything like that. So I'll put that in now so you can see what it was currently looking like at the time. Right, just to give you a little overview of this room, you've probably seen this bits and bobs throughout the vlogs. This is where I give Basil his baths. But you can see there's lots of like weird things happening. So I used a tile paint on the tiles because you can see here where it's kind of starting to peel off. It was like sea kind of fish and things, and I just didn't love it. So I painted over it just to create a really nice blank canvas, a nice plain space, so that when we had guests over, this is the bathroom they use. And yeah, just to make it feel a little bit more like us. But apart from that, we haven't done anything in here. So I am ready to get this bathroom feeling a little bit nicer. I've been testing all sorts of paint samples. As you can see, I've got two completely different colours painted here. I firstly thought I wanted to do it pink. I really wanted to do like setting plaster, very kind of feminine, chic, very pretty, but it just doesn't work in here. This is the setting plaster Farrow & Ball colour, and it just isn't right for this room. I think because it's very bright in here, it comes off quite bubblegummy, and I'm not really keen. I think this would look amazing in a little bit of a darker room. So anyway, scratched that, and I've been trying a few other samples. The one that we are going to go for is this one, Farrow & Ball Dimity. I love this. It's still got the kind of peachy pinky undertones. It still feels slightly warm, but it's a gorgeous cream. So I have been testing it all over the place. I repainted this baseboard just with one coat of the paint, just to kind of see it in a bit more of a larger format. Sometimes I find small paint samples, it doesn't really give you the effect properly, and I love it. I think it's perfect. It's creamy. Somebody wants to be in the middle of the camera. You are the funniest boy. Come on, off. Yes, so I think it just works really nicely. I've painted it in a few different areas around the room. So you can see here, very nice peachy, a little bit pinky, but still quite a neutral. And then I've also tested it here as well. And over here. This was the other one that I was leaning towards, which is slightly richer in tone. That one is Joa's White. But I think it's just a bit much for this room. I still want it to feel quite light and airy, so we're gonna go with this. So plans for the bathroom, we're not moving any sink, toilet, bath, we're not moving anything around. We're just literally going to keep everything where it is. I think in an ideal world, I would move things around. I'd potentially have the bath under the window and move the toilet over here and maybe do like a nice, slightly bigger sink unit here, but it's just expensive and we just want to do a quick little DIY, make it feel nicer. So that is the plan. We are going to be changing the tiles. So that is my first job, is to remove all the tiles and sand bits back where we're not going to be reapplying the tiles. And then we are going to be retiling this cupboard as well, just to freshen this up, make it feel a little bit more complete with the room. Obviously turquoise isn't really the colour palette. So all of the tiles that are behind the toilet and the sink on this wall I will be removing. I think that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but we will get there. I don't think it'll be too difficult. That is pretty much it. And then we've got the floor going in. I'm going for the same floor as my dressing room. I had one pack left over, so I've just ordered another 2 which are coming tomorrow. This is the Click System LVT. I really love this. It's Duke Oak Cappuccino, I think is the colour. It's really good. It's lovely. It's such a nice colour. It still feels quite country, but it just gives a little bit of a modern feel, which I quite love. And then I've got a radiator cover that I need to build and fit over this radiator, which I will paint the same colour as the wall, so it just feels nice and complete. And then we're going to do a nice big mirror some wall lights up here, new ceiling light, and that is pretty much it, I think. So nothing crazy. It's going to be quite a simple transformation, but I think it will make a big difference. And this week I have successfully taken off all of the tiles from the walls, which is why I have these cuts on my knuckles. It very much looks like I've been in a punch up. I haven't. I just kept slipping when I was holding the chisel and the hammer. My hand kept slipping onto the wall, and the adhesive was so sharp. So last night Jack and I were discussing the final plans for the room. I've got a few ideas and I'm very excited about it. I want it to feel quite feminine, still very much in keeping with the house, with like the farmhousey kind of feel, but just add in a little bit more character, some artwork, some wall lights, a nice colour on the walls, some really beautiful tiles, make it feel quite timeless with an injection of like our style. So my ceiling light has arrived, which I'm going to show you now. Obviously this is going to be kind of like a drawn out process. We're not going to be doing it all in this vlog. As we're doing it all ourselves, things are going to happen as and when we've got the time, at the weekends, whatever. So yeah, it's not going to be happening like all in this vlog, but I just wanted to start sharing the process with you. So my ceiling light. My ceiling light for the bathroom arrived a while ago. I saw a few things that I really liked and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to order them, so I've got them, and as soon as we're ready to go we can put things up. And I knew that I really wanted a light like this. It is so beautiful. I feel like it's not going to come up properly on camera, but it's like this alabaster marble kind of style. Very simple, very beautiful. I'm going to be so careful when I'm holding this because my track record of being clumsy is ridiculous. It also has this gorgeous ball as well, which sits on here. So we have the bulb kind of inside, and then this sits in the ceiling like so. And then the cable looks like this. It's antique brass, and this is the ceiling fixing. Very gorgeous. I'm going to put a picture on screen of what it actually looks like properly so you can see. But I think this is going to be perfect. It's not too statement, it's quite subtle. I just wanted something quite simple that would just be up there. It can create a really nice soft glow, and all the detail is going to be in other things. I've actually got some rechargeable wall lights that I've had for ages. I got them from Amazon and I just haven't used them anywhere, so I'm going to use them in the bathroom, but I think I'm going to get some new lampshades, something that's maybe got a bit of a pattern to it. I'm not really sure what I want to go for yet, so I need to have a browse online and find some that I love. I'd like to potentially get some from Etsy or like a small business of some kind. So that is the bathroom update. I'm going to take you upstairs and show you what it's looking like right now, because I took the tiles off a couple of days ago and we've just been kind of deciding what to do with the back of the wall. So let me show you. It's a little bit chaotic in here. Right, so tiles are off. This is actually really easy to do. If you haven't done it before, all you do is use a chisel or like a screwdriver and put it towards the edge of the tile and hammer it so that it goes behind, and you will find the tiles come off super easily. So tiles are all gone from all the way around the entire bathroom, and this is where we are thinking to do the tongue and groove, so almost up to where the tiles were before, on this back section. We've already got tongue and groove at the bottom here, so I think it will be quite a seamless finish and look quite lovely. And it also is a very easy thing to do because you can just nail gun it straight to the wall, super simple, and then that will all be painted in the same colour. Good evening. I have just been getting the house ready for our friends to come over. I've just lit this candle, Seaweed and Sapphire from Plum and Ashby. I showed you this, I think, in the last vlog. It smells incredible. And I've just done a very simple lay of the table, nothing crazy. A little bit of autumn in here with the oak leaf napkins. These are from Maison Flâneur, I think it's called. And then I've got the bamboo cutlery from Amazon. Placemats are Home Sense. I don't know where these glasses are from, which is really annoying, but I got these for my birthday from my mum and they are beautiful. And then I have just snipped a few stems of Annabelle's, hydrangea Annabelle's off for the middle. So it's looking nice in here. I'm feeling so dishevelled. I have just cooked the risotto. I don't know where I put my clip, but risotto's done. Chicken, mushroom, courgette, parmesan, creamy, very good. I'm just going to keep the oven on to put in a garlic bread to serve it with when we sit down. House is looking lovely. I've got my autumn soundtrack playlist on, and I've actually just added a few new favourite songs to it. So I'll leave that linked below. It's on Spotify, in case you're wondering what I listen to. I have like different seasonal playlists and I love them, they're so good. And I try to keep them updated, but if you listen to them and I don't keep them updated, then let me know if you need new songs on it. I need to get ready because I've been wearing this t-shirt all day, and I've also put my pyjama shorts on because it's so hot in this kitchen. It's the one day of September that's been plus 20 degrees and I'm boiling. I think it was 26 degrees today. And of course I'm standing over the hot stove cooking a risotto. So I feel like my makeup's melted off. I don't know why I bothered getting ready and doing my makeup before I cooked, but anyway. I'm going to show you how the living room's looking because it's looking very beautiful, and I can't film with my music on because I'll get copyrighted, but listen to the autumn soundtrack and you'll know what I'm listening to. There is a real crisp bite in the air. It's quite chilly today. I'm gonna head over to the farm later for a big dog walk with all the dogs, but before I do that, I have just been prepping some bits on my laptop for the week. I've got quite a big campaign shoot this week. Very exciting job, and it's with a brand that I am literally obsessed with. So I'm really excited for that. That is kind of towards the end of the week. So the start of the week is mainly just getting bits and pieces done. But I thought we could spend a few days together. I keep watching the sheep. They're under the oak tree and they keep scratching their bodies on the fence, and it's so cute. They must get quite itchy because they scratch like all their back and everything on the wooden fence. It's so cute. But anyway, I have just harvested a ton of tomatoes because we have seriously been neglecting the tomatoes. I have got so many gigantic tomatoes in this water. They've been soaking for a little while just to give them a clean, and I've been meaning to do this for ages. So while I've got a bit of a admin-y kind of like life Monday, I'm going to prepare some tomato sauce. What I'm planning to do is sterilize some jars. I've got a load of like mismatched jars that I just wash out and keep from butter beans and like random things. So I'm going to sterilize them and make some tomato pasta sauce, just a few batches, so that I can use up all the tomatoes. I've got it in the fridge, I can use it as and when. So that's my plan. Right now, I'm going to cut them all up and chuck them in a baking tray with some garlic, probably some herbs, good salt and pepper, and then drizzle some olive oil. Once they've all roasted and they're nice and soft, I will just blend them in my food processor, add in some basil, and then we've got a good tomato sauce to use. We're actually having pasta tonight, so this is quite handy. I can use this when I cook our dinner this evening. Right, tomatoes are chopped and in the tray. I've just added a few cloves of garlic to each one. This is about one garlic bulb. I've done a little sprinkling of salt. I'm going to drizzle over some olive oil and chop up loads of herbs. So I'm going to go out to the garden and pick some herbs. feel like I haven't really shown you the garden for a while, but my autumn veggies are doing well. My lettuce is absolutely thriving. I'm so happy with how this is starting to flourish. The basil is still doing very well as well. These spring onions are looking a bit sad, but I think they'll get there, they'll be fine. And then over here is the rest of it. We've got the squash, the swede, which has started to grow pretty big. My leeks are also doing well, and the Cavolo Nero is getting there. I need to do a bit of weeding because there's so many little mini blades of grass growing through here. I'm assuming it flies off from the field back there, but it's all looking good. The Brussels sprouts are going crazy. Something is eating the leaves, but we've definitely got some sprouts starting to grow up on here. This needs supporting, to be honest. I think I need to try and get some supports for that because that's really bending. The courgette has just absolutely, I don't understand how it's grown this fast. It's gone from one tiny little bit and now it's all the way over here. It's insane. It grows so quickly. And we've honestly got a never-ending supply of courgettes. We have got so many growing over here. Lots of new sprouts on the top as well. And the same over here. Look how many there are in there. Crazy. Also, on another note, I cut back this nasturtium loads at the end of summer because it was just getting a little bit brown and it was not looking the best. So I cut it right back and it has now grown back to its kind of original size. I actually think it's bigger. It looks so beautiful. How amazing that it's kind of mid-September and the garden still looks so green and full of life. I love it. It's such a beautiful little corner of the house. Back in the vegetable garden. I'm just about to pick some basil for dinner. We've got tomato pasta for dinner, so pretty easy. I just wanted to pick some nice fresh basil from the garden. I took the dogs for a really big long walk in the fields all around the farm with Grace, which was so nice, and then just had a little catch up with her and a drink in the garden, which was really lovely. But back home I've just chucked on Jack's work fleece to come outside because it's actually quite chilly, and then I'm going to get cracking on dinner. Considering the basil is quite sheltered here with the mountain of spinach we've got growing here, it's actually doing quite well. I feel like it's growing more and more each time I come out, and I always make sure to just pinch the top of each flower off, so I'm kind of letting it still grow underneath. So look at these ones. I feel like I only just picked these the other day, so that's really good. Also, if you're ever thinking, wow, Lauren, I love your outfits, they're so fashionable, just know that this is what I wear most of the time when I'm at home and I don't look chic or put together. I look like a mess.